In three, two, one. And then I got to send out the link real quick. So I got to get everybody. One of you guys, if you can cut it on mute, go to my YouTube page and make sure I'm on live. Just say yes. In three, two, one. Okay. I can see myself. All right. How come I don't see you guys on there? Can one of you talk?
Because maybe you can let us in a room yet.
Did I let you in the room?
I don't know.
I have a little livey thing on the top of the
you should be live.
Screen.
Okay, yeah, there you are. Oh my God, your face scared me. Oh my gosh.
You gotta see, wake up to this. My poor wife.
Yeah. So let's see. Let me see if I can go gallery. Boom. Okay, that's much better. Hey, everybody, we're about to get ready to start our cast and crew show, or as Mr. Terranova likes to call it, qua. The qua.
We're doing our qua today.
The qua. We're doing the qua. We're doing the qua. So we're getting ready to start. We just gotta send out the link because everybody's going to be asking, hey, I didn't get the link. Where's the link? And so for those in our crew, this is the link. Bang. Okay, I'm sending the link out to everyone that needs to know, that doesn't know. This is how we normally start when we start live. Everyone that's tuning in right now, if you haven't tuned in on my page, this is how we normally tune on live. It's on all on Orthodox and what have you. And so, I have to do all this craziness, and people are tuning in right now.
You need to see the chat.
Okay, so that's up. And okay, so we got another person coming on, and even though we're recording and we're waiting for another person to join us. Hey everyone, hold on. Let's see. I think I can. I know I can. Okay. All right, so we so there's a link. Hold on, let me admit our next guest. There's a link that's going to be on guys, if you want to share that link with everyone. And Adia, I love how you have the little resort stuff, even though like we're
I mean, you're in space. It's only fair.
I'm just waiting for, there she is, waiting for Lady Miss Jamila to join us.
The doctor has to take a day.
We just got the J right now, and
the J.
So if you go to your YouTube channel, if you go to the YouTube thing, and you'll notice that yes, the thing. I like to call it the thing, and we're getting ready to start the show in a minute. Just trying to find. See, this is what happens when you start live. You start getting all these crazy things. Okay, hold on. I'm putting it out here boldly. We are live. Okay, because social media, they always, we're not perfect. I'm not even close to being perfect, but doggone it, I want people to know we're live. So I won't hear people say, well, I didn't catch it and I missed it and I'm sorry and blah, 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 and everything else. Can you hear us, Miss J? Can you hear us? We see your J, but we don't see you. I hear a faint yes, but I don't see you. We don't see you. We need to see you. Why don't we see you?
I'm trying.
You try?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. I'm just navigating through all this craziness right now. All right, let's see.
Come on.
Behind Eric is the earth. It's where we keep all our stuff.
That's right.
Learn that from the tick.
Okay.
This is the earth.
Now we're using tick reference.
He is a wise man.
Tick is a wise man.
Okay, so hello. Hold on. Just saying hi. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the boards.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
There she is.
There she is. Hey. Hey, how are you? All right. So we're just kind of mowing through right now. Shout out to Ghostbusters Quick Response Unit. They're just tuning in right now. People are starting to slowly tune in. So we're going to give it 2 more minutes. And Tink, our buddy Tink just said, hey, we all know who Tink is. And for those who don't know, you know.
Those who don't know, you know. That's a good introduction.
Miss, how are you guys doing today?
In the chat or
Doing
us?
You guys, yes. My cast and
good.
crew.
Everybody in general.
Yes, my cast and crew. How are you guys doing?
Ladies first. Good. They're
Ladies?
good. We're all good.
Are-
Everybody's good.
Good.
Ladies? Okay.
Peachy.
We got the Orville 24/7 in the house. We got Orville 24/7 in the house. We got Ghostbusters Response Unit. We got more people tuning in. So, and everything else. So tonight, I wanted to do a special episode of our soon-to-be series coming back for more episodes of A Planetary Step. We debuted a trailer last week, so I wanted to do something where I wanted to have some of the cast on. Hold on. And yes, it's funny because
Oh my God.
I just entered you in the thing, Jam. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you're tuning in, right now, I'm Eric Moran. I am the creator of the Orville fan series, A Planetary Step. With me tonight is some of the cast and crew of A Planetary Step. We have, I don't know like how the order is on you guys Zoom pictures, but on my Zoom we have Brian Terranova, who is one of the executive producers, director, writer, or co-writer, co-director, whatever you want to call him. He's a man of many talents besides myself. We got Brian Terranova, and hold on, we got more people. Wow. We got more people that are joining. Okay. So we got Brian Terranova, and next up, hey Brian, how you doing today?
Hi, I'm great. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome.
What I got for you.
Next up we have Adia Moran, who also plays as Dr. Lori Green, who is the doctor on the USS Eisenberg on the Planetary Step. So how you doing today? Can you hear me, Adia?
I believe she's on mute.
Adia, are you on mute?
I am now on my mic. I'm doing fine. How's everybody tonight?
Okay, good. Next, we have the happy-go-lucky guy who's always happy-go-lucky. He's always happy. He's our navigator, Lieutenant Hall, who's played by the one and only Magnus. I like to call him Magnus Hammerhand, but today on his thing he has Magnus Brown, which is so ordinary. But we know him better as Magnus Hammerhand. How you doing today, Magnus?
Doing great. How about you guys?
We are doing great. Next up, we have JT, Lieutenant Commander JT, who plays, she is our engineer. She is the woman that helped build the USS Eisenberg from the ground up. You've seen her pictures all across social media. She handles a lot of our social media stuff. When we got stuff to post, she's the go-to person I go to, the go-to girl I go to. When we need to post up stuff, she's the person. When we post some pictures and everything, we have Jamila Howard. What's going on today?
Hi, everybody. I'm good. Hope everybody's well on this hump day.
All right. Next up, we have one of the first and the original director who teamed up with me on the original pilot for A Planetary Step, as well as director for a lot of the episodes for first part of the season. We got the one and only, the man of J1 Studios, VT Heroes. This man has done it all. He's the head of the first anime con in Philadelphia, J1 Con. I got the man, the myth, the legend, Spider-Man himself, Jason Richardson. What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing?
So, all right. So tonight, guys, we're coming on tonight because right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're right now in the middle of filming episode 2. We had to do a couple little rewrites. We wanted to get it right this to make sure everything is the way we want it, because as we promised in the beginning when we first started, every episode we would elevate ourselves and get better and better each time each episode proceeds. We sat back down in the writing room. We sat down with the writers, Brian Terranova, Brian Lessick, and it was we had to get back down and figure out how we wanted to unlock the code for episode 2. Episode 1 and the Halloween special were preludes of bigger things to come. And we're learning and learning from and listening to the fans and everything else. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit without revealing what we got coming up for a planetary step, and also a little bit of our thoughts on what's coming up for season 3 of the Orville. For a lot of you out there who don't know, Orville season 3 is almost finished wrapping. It's almost finished wrapping up. And me personally, I'm excited for it. I've been talking back and forth with Tom Constantino, Jay Lee, and a whole bunch of other people. My boy JP from Egotastic Fun Time, he just recently went down to Fox Studios. He got a chance to see, couldn't get on the lots because he and I both were trying to get on the lot, but he got a chance to get on there. Got a chance to talk with a couple people and all. But right now, there's been rumors that they're trying to push possibly maybe for a season 4. So, hashtag renew the Orville. Remember, hashtag renew the Orville. So again, tonight we're just going to talk about what we got coming up, how hard we're working on costumes. We've been showing off little teaser pictures and all. It was funny with the trailer that we just showed, the teaser trailer we had last week. One of the people on social media, when they saw the teaser, they automatically assumed we were the Orville. And I thought it was I was really taken back, and I had to tell her, I'm like, no, we're not the Orville. We're actually the fan series, Planetary Step. And but it was just nice to, because she was really hungry to see for season 3 of the Orville coming back. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off with Brian, because Brian, you and I have been sitting back and forth contemplating on the season for season 1 and getting the art together. We had to sit back and do some rewrites on the episodes to make it a little bit more cohesive, while we had to go back into the drawing board, because again, we wanted to make episode 2 click with the audience. Give us your thoughts and talk about what you felt, how the season's looking so far, or what we got coming up.
So I'm very excited for the season as a whole. I agree with you on what you said, with the pilot episode 1 and the Halloween episode. They were kind of just like little teasers of what's to come, kind of dipping our toes into the Orville universe, as it were. I think episode 2 is kind of the first all-in episode that we're really doing, because obviously it's not just in essence, it's not just the main cast of the ship. Now we're branching out a little bit, but we're also expanding on the main cast on the ship, which I think is great. And then after this episode is when, in my opinion, things kind of really start to kick off. Like we're kicking it off now, but then things kind of kick off and they're not going to slow down, which is what I'm really excited for everybody to see. But this script, episode 2, I think people are going to enjoy it. I certainly hope they're going to enjoy it. We worked really hard on it. And I think, as you said, we did a few rewrites, and those rewrites basically were to better the story, and they worked. It's one of those things where you work very hard, you go all in, you get a script. And I didn't write episode 2. I worked on some rewrites with Brian, but Brian Lessick wrote episode 2
right
originally. And when you write a script, you all read it to death, you think it's amazing, you go all in and you start filming it. And then later on, unforeseen events say, hey, we have to do some reshoots. Fine. And then you realize, we have an opportunity here. And it's not even like a bad thing. You just sit there like, we have an opportunity here. And we use that opportunity. And it's funny because you hear about this in Hollywood movies, where things changed when they were on set, or things that happened. They just went, you know what? this is better. And I think that's what happened with episode 2. So I'm really excited for people to see this once this is finished. I think episode 2 is going to be a game changer for us, to be honest.
So, with Jason, for you, I know you're directing some of the episodes this season and all. You helped direct some of the episode 2 episode, and some of us, we got Brian, myself, we're basically doing some pickups and all everything. With everything going crazy with your schedule and my schedule and everything, we had to get everything on lock and stuff. With you doing VT Heroes and everything, and us directing. As far as your directing aspect, where do you see future episodes going as a director, as one of the directors for the series? What do you look for as far as what you want to film, as far as how you, like you did with the pilot episode? What are some of the ideas that you have in the future of where you see the episodes of the season 1 going?
I see a lot of improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're all kind of working together and kind of switching hats here and there for whatever necessary scenarios. I see positive things. I see really cool up in quality, overall, from what we've done, and I see that being a thing that's our aim every time, is to outdo the previous episode. I mean, I wish a lot of shows did that, but sometimes they don't. Right. But I see we're I like the idea of focusing instead of rushing to do something just to have it done, to focus and sit down and be hey, let's rewrite this. Let's maybe reshoot this at a different angle. Let's shoot this differently. See if we can come up with a better solution to tell this story. And I like that. I like that. And it helps because, I mean, you have credits in working in film and TV, Eric, and so does Brian. I mean, pretty much everyone here has done something when it comes to acting of some sort, like Magnus, everyone here has done something. And I like that it's not just one thought, one idea, everything is that way. There's a lot of input. There's a lot of, hey, can you work on this part? Because I know you're good at this, and I know you're better at that. It's a team effort.
Right. And what a lot of people, well, I want people to understand is when we are filming, people think it's easy when you're filming a fan series like what we're doing at the level that we're doing it at. It is easy and it isn't easy, because you want to make sure that all the creative talents, all the creative juices are flowing all together. Everyone is working cohesively, and sometimes things don't always go 100%. So you have to sometimes reset. And people think that it's easy, especially like Brian and both Jason said, you don't want to put out something that's mild. You want to put out something top tier, or at least every time when we were working on this stuff. With us adding new members of the production crew, shout out to Adam, shout out to James Panetta, shout out to Jace of Knockout Productions, all these other elements, Brian Lessick, goes without saying, he wrote episode 2. And then you got Brian Terranova, who's going to be writing more episodes. You got Magnus's talent, which you will be seeing appear in episode 2. We can't say what it is yet, but you're going to see a lot of his talent. Adia, she's the one that keeps
all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah, Adia's the one that makes sure that when Brian Lessick or Terranova works on the script, I'm going to just say Terranova or Lessick, because people are going to be like, which Brian are you talking about? When Terranova works on the script and he's like, hey, I might have misspelled, she looks over the script to make sure everything's looking correct. If there's a misspelling and all, she's like, and that's her teacher skills going into play and everything else. Like I told you guys earlier in the show, Jamila is our person that handles a lot of the social media stuff. I give her some stuff. She goes buck wild on it. Then she gets creative and everything else. God forbid you give her a whole bunch of pictures, because that's stuff you're going to everything. So I got to give her a little bit at a time. Like, here you go. Because if you give her everything at once, she will go buck wild crazy. But that being said, all of us are bringing some type of element into this project. And we got more people coming. We got more people that are adding to our crew, adding to the production. And as far as cast, like we have a new cast member that we are making an announcement on, but I have to wait till we get some official pictures of them and everything else. But you're going to soon be introduced to another main cast member that we're slowly easing into. But I want to get some of the more of the cast members feel on it. Let me go to Adia. Adia, since you've been already already in one of the episodes, the Halloween special. Hold on. Got someone coming in. Hold on.
Someone's getting a fax.
I'm being called on communication here. Hold on. Okay.
We got to connect to
We're locking
AOL.
in.
I
We're
was
locking
gonna say,
in on
did
them.
somebody just put in their AOL disk? Like, what is
There
that?
you go. We got special communication coming in. Hold on. We're locking in. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We're waiting to communicate. He's trying to lock in, ladies and gentlemen. Are you there yet, sir? Are you there? Jim, can you hear us, Jim? Jim. We'll wait for him to come up, and I'll do my introduction to him as well. But for you, Adia, for you, what was it like being in the Halloween special? Since you were in a special episode.
Trying another number.
It was very unique because of working with Jason, who directed, and the basic thing I would remember the most were the angle shots, the upward shots, the shadowy shots.
Is that your mic?
That's what I was talking about.
Let's try to.
And you said don't change computers, so let's just be fair here.
Yeah, let's. Okay, so
I'll make an adjustment, but you might not be able to see me, but I'll make the adjustment.
Well,
okay.
Doctor, another telecommunication specialist.
While you're making the adjustments, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce to you guys our new added member to our crew. This gentleman here, he and I have a history. When I started way back when I started doing films, he was the first person that took a chance on me and working in film with me. And we've done like maybe 4 or 5 different other film projects together. And I asked him to join us with our crew. He is our second unit director. And ladies and gentlemen, and he has his own series of projects. He has a series called Mercs. I believe it's right now. Is it on Amazon? Is it Mercs?
They took it off right when COVID started.
Okay. Well,
Go figure.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce to you guys James Panetta.
Hello.
And James, again, I want to thank you again for joining our crew and being part of our motley crew and stuff. James, you're going to see a lot of his talent in upcoming episodes as well. And like I said, again, I wanted to bring a lot of creative talent into this project. It was just a matter of just finding the right time to do it and everything. And it just kind of everything just started meshing together. So I'll get back to Adia and get more of her input. But let me jump over to Lady J herself, Jamila. Jamila, with you playing Lieutenant Hall and you appearing in episode 1, how did it feel when you were first filming with us? How did it feel about being one of the first cast members to appear in our very first episode?
I mean, I was a little nervous. That was my first time acting in that way, especially against a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big difference I saw being on set with episode 2. It made you feel more, at the location, at the set. And I was like, oh, I wish I had this. But you guys, did amazing with talking me through it. And Brian really helped with direction, and you really helped feeding the lines, make me feel like at least I was talking to somebody and not just a green screen, which helps in the acting. But I can definitely see the elevation from my episode to episode 2, which is awesome. episode was great. It was fun. I liked learning a bit of her character, her wit, and her intelligence and stuff like that. That was fun.
Okay, and I mean, and for you handling the promotion, people think it's easy when you're handling like promotional stuff. Like as far as you handling the promotional social media stuff, like where do you find that challenging a lot? Like, you know, where you're trying to make sure you're not giving away anything on the show, but you want to give. So, like for you, what do you find as a challenge? Like,
Yeah, I agree. So especially with the art direction, because Jace, puts his heart and soul in it, so he wants it a certain way. And then
Right.
also I only can tell a little bit of the story. Like, the behind the scene photos, we took so much more than what you guys got to see yet because we don't want to reveal too much of the episode, but we also want to give you a taste of what it looked like behind the scenes. So yeah, it's a good balance of giving you guys a little bit, making you want more without telling you everything.
Right.
That's the hard part about it. And to switch things up with, we don't want to show you the same type of images either. You want to switch it up without also without revealing too much of the new things before the episode comes out.
Right. No, and I think, because I know sometimes we're hard on you, but I'm gonna tell you all right now, for those who don't know, Jamila works hard because for the last week, the last 5 days, we've been like heavily promotion of this show. And shout out to Tom Constantino and everybody in the Orville community that, reposted our stuff from Twitter, on Instagram, across social media, the Orville pages on Facebook and everything to try to get the word out and all. So I just love it. And I know sometimes I feel like I'm putting demands on you and everything, like, well, wait, we want it this way. Well, wait, how about we take this picture and switch it up and all? So, but no, and again, this is what I try to tell people when people ask me about, well, what is it like, having your own production? I'm like, well, it's a matter of a choice of love. People believing in you, wanting to follow you enough to say, hey, I'll take on the challenge. And, knowing that the payback is, you get to show off your talent. At the same time, you get to show off your work and to show people that you can come together and put something together and get the attention of a lot of different people. So, and that's the thing. What I'm trying to do is get the attention of a lot of people for people to be able to say, wow, I can do this too. So I'm going to jump over to Magnus, our happy-go-lucky guy here. Magnus, you play a very upbeat character. People are going to learn more about your character, Lieutenant Hall, not only just as our navigator, but as someone who looks at the future in a very utopian kind of sense. How do you feel about your character, Lieutenant Hall, basically mirroring, I hope I'm saying that, mirroring who you are as a person in real life?
Oh, I think he's too subtle. I really think he's needs some antidepressants. I think once he gets those and some counseling, I think he'll be all right.
So, I mean, are you having a lot of fun playing the character, especially what we got coming up?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Because, it's one of those, characters where you get to, everyone gets to play, somber, sad, stern. Very rarely do you just get to have a character that's just out there and it's like, you know what? I love life. Life is good. You like life? This is life. This is great. All right, let's go.
So, I mean, like, where do you see your character possibly going without revealing anything, what you know so far? Where do you think you hope to see your character going?
Wherever the captain wants me to go. Across the universe.
See, this is why you're Lieutenant Hall. This is why. I remember when we were working on the characters for each one of the cast members, we try to mirror a little bit of their personality within the character. So each one of us, including myself, we're all kind of have a little bit of ourselves in these characters, from one capacity to another. So it's something when you see that. And so I wanted to see, and going back to you, Jamil, let me bounce back to you. How does it feel like to play JT? Like for you playing the navigator, the person who invented the Eisenberg, who designed the Eisenberg, how does it feel to play her character? Like, where do you think her character can go?
Oh, I think she could go a lot of places. I mean, she's the leader, she's an engineer, she's running the crew, she's running the ship, but it mirrors
They're running the crew, huh?
not running this. I meant the engineering part of the ship, not the captain part.
You're not supposed to tell him that. He's supposed to. It's all
Like,
secret
crew?
behind the scenes. You ruined episode 5.
That was a mirror episode. Oh, what we weren't supposed to talk about that.
No, you guys know what I mean. And engineering isn't a far stretch. In real life, I'm a scientist, so that's not too far of a jump to go from a scientist to an engineer. And
What kind of scientist?
I'm sorry.
What kind of scientist?
I'm a forensic DNA analyst.
Aerospace engineer.
Wow.
Nice.
See, yes, we actually have real people that have real scientific type of jobs. So when people are like, well, they're just not living, I'm like, no, we actually, like me, I have a military background in the Marine Corps. So all of us have a little bit of experiences in certain fields and all. We, again, we all bring a little elements to this show and really, and that's what I think is going to be so unique, where we're like basically life imitating art. And so I think that, what's really cool about it, even for Adia being a school teacher, her playing as a doctor and having the knowledge that she has, and she's well versed in stuff. She was tailor made for the role. So like to play the very intellectual doctor, as you kind of got a little taste of it in the Halloween special. And
Yes.
you can also see her crazy side too. So,
I don't know what part you're talking about, but yes. But yes, he is right. That is absolutely true.
So let me jump over here to Jim, because we didn't get a chance to talk to Jim. Now, Jim, since you segued a little bit into aerospace? I'm sorry, aerospace.
Just say rocket scientist.
Yeah, rocket scientist.
Yeah.
As far as that, with you between doing that and working in film, now again, you've been working in film for a long time. So as far as like, I know you worked on tons of projects, from everything from working on Doctor Who stuff, Star Wars stuff. So for you working on something like this, where, like, and from what you've seen without revealing anything, where do you see us going? Like, how do you see, are we going in the right direction? Like, as far as what you see?
Yeah, it looks like you're getting there.
Okay. And from a fan's aspect, like, what can you tell the fans out there as far as who you are? Like, again, some of the stuff you've done, can you share with the audience some of the works you've done?
I wouldn't be able to get.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about the works that people anybody can watch. Mom and dad, that kind of stuff.
I know what you're talking about. If you get a Mercs 2046 on YouTube, you can see clips of like Mercs, Hollywood Warriors. I think there's a few from Death Beyond 2 on there. Destiny, the Vampire Mermaid, all that stuff.
Now, how long you been working in film?
Oh God. Since 1996.
Okay.
Started doing anime parodies. Like we did Yamato Mirror Mirror, where we basically took footage from The Next Generation, that first one with the Borg, when Q snaps his fingers and said Picard and the crew end up on the Yamato. And we just, it was 70s jokes, bell-bottom jokes. They see the wave motion engine. They're like, is that a warp core? Let's hope not, because that's the first thing that goes as soon as the ship gets shot by anything. So then Battlestar references everything. And then we did Olympic hopeful Evangelion, where, Evangelion, it looks like they're doing like synchronized mecha. So we're like, oh, why don't we make it like they're doing the Olympics? So we any sports anime we could find, we threw in there and made an event like for Otaku trying to do like one pull-up, for the Olympics, that kind of crap. We got them shown in anime conventions, we were running the game room. Then after that, we did Fan Wars, shot for shot parody of the episode 1 trailer. Actually, it's been bootlegged a dozen times. Like Chris Ryans was at a Star Wars convention, had the bootleg, and he's like, "Hey, do you have Fan Wars on that, list of fan film bootlegs?" I'm like, "Oh yeah," and a guy put them on. Then he sees him as Fan Mall, and he starts looking at that, looking at Chris, looking at the movie. He's like, I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, it's all right." So he got a free video with all the fan movies on it. Then in between that, we were supposed to do another parody, Super Dynamo Jewish Rangers, because the director was Jewish and his brother was Jewish, and half the cast except for me, Chris, and one other guy were not Jewish. So, and then the two goy got to write it. And then the director went through and added things that were way worse than anything we would say. And yeah, that didn't get anywhere though. We made a lot of stuff for it, but we kind of went in the fan wars instead. And then after that, Merc Force.
Okay.
First feature film.
So now you also do set designs too. That was something that a lot of people don't know. You build set designs as well, correct? Yeah. And what got you into building set designs? Like, what did that play a part in when you were doing, like, as far as the rocket science and everything?
Yeah, I mean, just learning how to design things. That actually went into the computer animation too.
Okay.
Like designing the ships. I mean, look, I'll be honest. Half the ones I make, I could make those things fly if I wanted to. Faster than light, not going to happen. But get it in the air, yeah, probably. But something like, yeah, I mean, the one thing aerospace engineers specialize in is making things ultra light and ultra strong,
right?
Ultra cheap. So I mean, make anything out of anything.
Okay.
Like, knowing where you can skimp on material to save money.
Okay.
And then everything else is cosmetic, and that's just being an artist too. Actually, somebody I work with in the other industry is a set designer in SAG.
Okay.
Like, she's the type of person that, say she wanted to shoot your house and you didn't let her, but she had pictures of your house, she could recreate the entire inside of your house. I'm talking down to whatever papers you had lying on the desk. And that's what she does. Like, she did a whole cockpit for an F-14, working canopy and all for a zombie movie. And I was like telling her, let me see the rib design. I want to see how you build it. Because she totally Battlestar Galactica it. They always had them sitting in the Vipers. I've always wanted to do that for Mercs. But, instead of, figuring out, oh, make the ribs here for the ship and that, she told me how she, bent the plywood to go around it. And then she matched it rivet for rivet. Like, all the markings, everything. And she told me how she did it. Like, to make the metal look warm, she actually used a lead pencil. Took all the wood off and just rubbed that on there, mixed it with water, and it looks real. So, I'm adapting those techniques on what I do now.
So, man, which is kind of nuts. The other thing I want to jump back. I'm gonna come back right back to you. I'm gonna ask Jason the question. So, Jason, with everything that you got going on, you've been working hard on VT with VT Heroes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you've been working on a new commercial and everything, right? For people to check out. Besides the work that you've done with us, you've been also doing with VT Heroes, and it was something else you were doing too, correct?
Yeah. I have the game VT Heroes. We're going to be shooting about 5 different commercials.
Okay.
And I will be filming up and down the East Coast. I know we have at least 3 shoots in New York. I think 2 in Virginia, 1 in Philadelphia, and I forgot where the other place is because my notebook isn't nearby. But yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff with that, and okay. I have another company. Another game studio has. Trying to make sure I say things, properly without giving too many things away. I'm working on a new game for another studio.
Okay.
And that's also exciting and hectic. We're in the alpha stages now of development. Okay. And might be working on, I'm working on multiple series of VT Heroes because we only put out series 1
right.
of a many series deck building fighting card game, as well as the graphic novel for it.
Okay.
And many other things.
So, guys, now that we're catching up on what everybody's been up to, before we make some more announcements, I want to get your feel for what you think is going to happen in season 3. For those who've been watching the Orville, we're really excited. One of the things we're trying to do is give everyone something to be hungry about when it comes to watching the Orville. One of the reasons why I started doing this was because I wanted to have some episodes. I wanted our season to take place in between seasons while, the Orville was in between production, while we're putting out our episodes and all that stuff. So right now, Brian Terranova, myself, Brian Lessick, we're working hard and putting the story arcs together. And Brian, I want to come back to you. where the story arcs are concerned, the direction, do you think we have a good direction of where we're going with the season, with season 1?
Absolutely. There are already seeds kind of sown in from what we have shown, and things we're going to pick up on, and seeds being sown in things to come. But our story, I think it's compelling. I think it's nice. I think we're kind of we're weaving a through line, I guess, is something we can say, I think, which is good, right? Like, it's not just it's not just an episodic kind of thing. If you're paying attention, you're going to learn more, which is great. And I think where it's taking us is wonderful. And Eric and I talked. So when this all began, Eric basically, when he spoke to me, he said, I basically want to do X amount of episodes, and we've changed the number slightly, I'll say that, but he came to me and he said, these are the episode titles, and this is what each episode should basically be about. There's been some shuffling in there. There's been a little bit of changing. 2 episodes were merged into 1, which just made sense for the storyline. But the plot really changed when Eric told me kind of like what he wanted to do, a very specific kind of story he wanted to do. It kind of informed the base of the series for me, and it made me realize where this needed to go. And between Eric and I and Jace, who's not with us today, our CGI expert, we kind of, we put these puzzle pieces together, and then like a conversation with Jace just helped me like put a few more together. So everything is plotted. I think we can safely say that everything is plotted right now. I think there's only 3 scripts yet to write, and that's it. But I love where the story's going. I think it's going to be really fun. I can't wait to see what Jace is going to do with the CG. I can't wait to see what the cast brings to the words that are on the page. I'm especially excited to see what's going to happen in episode 2 with these rewrites. But episode 3 and 4, they're written, they're ready, and I'm dying to see the actors play these parts.
Brian, I got to jump in real quick. First off, I want to give a shout out to Alyssa. Alyssa, she has her Orville channel, or Orville. Make sure you go out, support her channel on YouTube. She came on. She wanted to ask a quick question. First, she says, "What's up to J1?" And she wants to know, since we're talking about episodes, will there be a musical episode? Will we have a musical episode for this season?
Don't ask me to sing, because that'll kill people.
Jim, I think you would need some help to auto-tune some things to help us out there.
I'd say as long as we got auto-tune, I think we can, lots of dubbing.
Dude, I had an entire company request I didn't call Cadence. That's how bad it is.
As long as I can rap and not sing.
So Brian, you want to answer that question, Brian?
You want me to answer that one? The musical episode is already written. Eric is going to sing probably every number.
You're not supposed to tell them that, man. We're not supposed
to. You know what? We're gonna have to scrap it then. If I just ruined it, we're just gonna have to scrap it. I don't think we should do it now. There isn't a musical episode, but hey, anything can happen, right? I don't know how many other members of the crew are musicians, but I am one, and I will be happy to play a song for this next episode or a episode, so we could do a musical or a partially musical episode. So let's make it happen, Eric. What do you say?
You know what? And also Magnus does theater. Like I know he can sing probably.
There you go.
Victoria.
I have like words come out of my mouth, but whether anyone enjoys it is another thing.
One of the things I want to also bring up is that Alyssa has a Orville message board that launched a couple of days, last week. So for those out there who don't know, if you want to register, check out the Orville message boards. You can register. Once you do, it has everything and anything covering episodes, your thoughts on the episodes, what you would like to see, all those little inputs and everything on the message board, but on the internet. So make sure you check it out, the Orville message board. So she loved that. So one of the things I will address, Jamila, do you want to make the announcement of where we're going to be making the first appearance as some of the cast members? Where we're going to be making our first appearance before the year's out as a cast?
Yes, I know it's Creation Entertainment. I think it's called their Sci-Fi Summit. The Sci-Fi.
And where is that
Where,
taking place and what date?
It's in New Jersey on September 12th. You asked me to use my memory. Give me 1 second.
You're a scientist, man. You're supposed to know these things.
I know DNA. That's what I know. I know
Oh yeah, I thought
biology.
you would know the DNA, you know.
I don't know date. Okay, so the Orville cast, they're going to be there Friday, September 10th. So we will be there September 10th.
Yeah. So for those people who are big Orville fans, and who are the what cast members will be there? Because you already
yeah, they have Scott. They have
Scott Giles. Scott Grimes, I mean.
The engineer.
Scott Grimes. Scott
Grimes. Yeah, I thought you said Giles. I don't know why
No,
my hearing is
Grimes.
impaired too. Yes, and the doctor and Isaac, they're going to be there.
Yeah, Penny Johnson and
Yes.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah.
So Mark Jackson, Scott Grimes, Penny Johnson Gerald, they're all going to be at Creations. They got all the other sci-fi groups there, like Star Trek cast members and all that. Star Trek Discovery, I mean, Star Trek Classic. Also, listen. Oh, that's the other thing. Some of the other cast members will also be appearing in DC later this month, and I know that Joe Colton was one of the people that who plays as Captain Emmett on the Planetary step. She may be going out there to meet. I know Adrian Adrian Pakalaki. I always pronounce it wrong because I get her and what you call it, Pakalaki from Supernatural always mix up. Their names sound so close. But she's going to be there along with some of the other cast members. I don't know who all together is going to be there. So I'm pushing for Jay Lee to hopefully come to the one in Jersey. I'm hoping that he can come to one in Jersey because, you know, Do Better University, you know, since I'm one of his students and all, one of his graduates, yo, I got to give a shout out to Jay Lee on that. But no, on the real. So for those who want to get a chance to meet some of the cast members, myself, Jamila, Magnus, and maybe whoever, you never know who else is going to show from the cast. If you want to get a chance to meet us, we will be at Creations on Friday, September 10th, along with meeting and hopefully teaming up with some of the cast members of the Orville. So this will be a perfect opportunity not only to meet the cast, some of the cast members on the Orville, but you get a chance to meet some of the cast from A Planetary Step because we will be there. Oh yes, we will be there. Okay, so Alyssa was saying she may be going herself. Okay, Melissa. Alyssa, all right, cool. So now getting back to what we've been discussing as far as the episodes. Wait, Jim, you still there?
Yeah, my camera keeps going out.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you didn't disappear on us. So guys, getting back to the episode, what do you think has been the most challenging as far as putting together a Planetary Step, or for yourself as an actor or a person working behind the camera? What has been the biggest challenge for you, for the people who have already been working on this so far? I'm gonna start with Adia this time and get her input.
All right. Can you everyone hear me better?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yes.
Okay, great. Like I said earlier, I was talking about working with Jason and getting down the camera angles for the Halloween episode in particular that we had worked on, and just getting a reminder about understanding the number of takes that it takes to get that angle to where it needs to be. And of course, the whole thing with the lighting that we had talked about. And so that was definitely a learning experience. It wasn't my first time, but it was just understanding that, of course, knowing that in film and in television, that one second shot, it probably took maybe an hour to actually get right in the final product. So I do have a deeper appreciation for that in the process. So, and lots of patience and sense of humor and creativity. So that's one of the things I've learned during that one of those days when we were filming.
And also, I mentioned to you earlier, but I know you had problems with your computer. We talked about you being our person that checks the scripts to make sure for Brian or for either Brian's, even myself, who work on the script or treatments. How well do you handle that as far as like just making sure we're spelling things out right and making sure we're not, you know?
Okay, well, basically, it's just like what I would probably normally do during my day job would just be to look over for technical pieces such as the basics of spelling, continuity, seeing if that group of words put together that which is supposed to be a sentence makes sense, and then trying to glue it together to make sure that when someone's actually reading their part, they can kind of get the gist of it. So it's a pretty easy process. It does take a lot of focus. If the person's not the author or the writer, it does take a lot of focus to kind of get the overall gist of it. But it's pretty good. That's my specialty. So I don't mind. I love going over the script and having questions. But Terranova and Lestick are such great writers. There's not really too much to look at to worry about. So that much I
Okay.
can say.
That's not true, and you know it because I am a terrible editor, so I misspell and put grammatical errors in my scripts all over, but I appreciate the compliment.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, Magnus, what has been, since you've been in already, well, right now you're going to be in episode 2, so you've been in so far 2 episodes. What has been the biggest challenge for you? Without revealing anything that you're doing for episode 2. What has been the biggest challenge for you?
Episode 2 made me realize I think I need to do more push-ups, get better arm strength. That's probably the biggest.
People can take that so many different ways.
Memorizing the lines.
People can take that so many different ways. They're like, wait, he's
absolutely.
smiling.
See, I give nothing away.
You're like, you know what? Magnus smiles awfully a lot. Now I'm starting to understand now why. He's talking about arm strength, and I'm like, really? So, okay. And for you, Jamila, for you as an actress, as a now like actress now you've been on film, and I know you've done other stuff with Ranger Station, and you've been taking on a lot of new challenges this year. You had a successful run of your Ranger Station event and everything else. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you've been facing a lot of different challenges and overcoming them. What has been the biggest challenge for you as far as working on the series? Like, what have you found and what have you discovered within yourself that you never even thought you could do? Like, what would that be?
Well, our episode 1 was taped during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So, and before vaccines and everything. So we all had to have the extra precaution of staying safe and distancing. So that was a little challenging because in my mind, when I pictured acting, I'll be able to feed off of, somebody directly talking to them, which was different because I never did it before. So that part was a little bit challenging, but you and Brian and Jason, y'all helped break that shell and that challenge. That was the hardest hump for me to get over, like not necessarily looking at the person that I'm talking to and feeding off of their reactions. So that was that toughest as an actress, and just learning how to, I didn't want to, I remember I was talking to Brian, and Brian said, you got your lines, like you're one of the few people who memorized every word I said. And I didn't want to deviate from that to bring like a little bit of I just wanted to make sure I had the words so much right that I wasn't bringing myself as much to the character. So that was also hard. But once Brian was like, no, you got the words, now bring you, and it made it so much easier and flow. And we actually taped it, everybody knows, more than one. And, because of my learning process and us learning what to do, like the different angles we needed because of like the COVID and the green screen, and not doing different, settings, but having to make it feel like we were doing different things. That was the most difficult part for me.
Okay. So Jason, as a film director, for you as a film director, what did you find challenging for you during the time of filming as a director? What are some of the, like, what would you say is the most challenging for you?
It was working in new formats and stuff like that. Because I've only had to do before was like simple, like for example, like green screen stuff, like simple stuff, like when I have like my other shows where it's not like a scripted show, it's like a talk show, so I'm just stationary, and then the green screen does its own thing.
Right.
Having to like make people like try and get people to act or to even shoot it with the right angles, trying to think of how the green screen would lay, all that other stuff. That was, I'm more of a, I like to film like in person on set, you know, with physical backgrounds and like I can blur, even with the camera, I can blur a character out and make them blur them back in while they're talking and do dramatic angles.
Well, like you did with the pilot episode, Right.
Yeah,
and,
like
and,
that.
and for those people that don't know, when you see episode 2, you're going to see what Jason, you know, has done with him and Terra Nova teaming up. They put some magic together. When they did this outside stuff, I was like, in post production, I was like, oh God, I can't wait for this to be seen. So like, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, so like learning like that, and also having you and having Brian Terranova there as like other, you know, people who've been behind the camera to like, we throw ideas at each other here and there, like, hey, well, let's try this. No, that was stupid. All right, let's try this. Like, you know, like we just had fun with it. And like, it was that I'm used to being, for like the Cartoon Network stuff, I was the sole director. So what I say goes, and like, you know, it's different when you have like a team and like you have to like understand each other. And you have to like, not really, I wouldn't say compromise, but just kind of like work together. Like you just gotta be like different languages and different ideas thrown around, which isn't a bad thing. I'm excited to see what James, like bringing James into the crew, because I know he's worked behind the camera and stuff like that. So it'd be awesome to like do all these fun things and like just like I like that we're all now going towards our I guess focused talents, and so that everybody could just be 100% at everything. You know what I mean? Like it's like a perfect band. You know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah, I think the idea of showing off our strengths, and be able to show how strong we are as a team, that's going to come together nicely. One Alyssa asked a question. She wanted to know. Oh, and shout out to Miss Hightower, Miss Watchtower. What's going on? Shout out to those people who are signing up and joining us, and people who are watching right now. She asked, and I guess I got to answer this question because he's not here tonight. Our special shout out to our boy Adam, who does soundtrack for our series. He does amazing work. She wanted to know, will we be putting our soundtrack on Spotify? Well, Adam would be the one to answer that question. Adam has been instrumental. He works on so many different projects: Star Trek, Orville, Doctor Who, all the different stuff he's worked on. And Adam was essential for coming aboard with us and being able to join us and to be able to just bring his talent and anything that we need, whether it's 30 seconds, a minute. He's done the music for Planetary Diary and everything else. I mean, the man is amazing. So, you know, right now, I know he's right now probably at work. So I have to ask him that question, Alyssa, and get back with you on that one. So I'm gonna jump over to Jim. Jim, what do you look forward to as far as filming? As far as what is one of the things you will hope that you get a chance to do that you didn't get a chance to do on other projects that you hope to get to do with us?
To just film and not have to do all the computer animation and everything. Like build the sets, do the computer animation, get the actors, direct, write it. I could go on.
Right.
Make the costumes.
Make because that's right. You've done so much, man. And a lot of people don't know. I used to sit up late over at Jim's house working in post-production with him. So I mean, 2-3 in the morning when we were working on our first project. And it was crazy. It was crazy. Then once I started getting the gist of it, and then we're having Terra Nova, and then Terra Nova showing me tricks of the trade, and then me teaching myself. It's a learning thing. And like Jason said, you learn and you see where your strengths are, and you try to just lean on those people in your squad who are strong in those areas while you are focused on where you're strong at, and then you learn as you go. So again, it's all part of the process of filmmaking, and again, having a great team to work with. So, okay, so for you guys who have watched Orville, I know a lot of the cast members have watched a good portion of episodes. I know I watched both seasons and everything else. Where do you see season 3 going? Like, because Tom Constantino, shout out to him. I had him on the Planetary Diary. I'm looking forward to bringing him back. He said that this season, Jay Lee, all of them have talked about how this season is going to be, without a question, their biggest season ever. With it being on Hulu now, they get to have longer episodes. I had John Kazar, who's one of the main producers on the Orville from last season on, and he was talking about the spectacle of it. It's going to be bigger than life. Where do you guys hope to see, or what are you looking forward the most to see on the Orville season 3? Whether it's characters, whether it's storyline, where do you see the series going for season 3?
I keep forgetting, what's the name of the one alien race that's almost like Klingons that they're always having issues with having to fight with? I keep forgetting their name. I see that.
Avis
The
plays.
Kalon. You talking about the Kalon?
Yeah, I see an alliance between them. Them
Okay.
aligning with them and going after what was the robot's name again? I always forget his name too.
You talking about Isaac, or you?
Yeah.
Wait,
I see them going in, I see an alliance against Isaac's race because I think they're going to
the
attack.
Kalon and Kazon.
Yeah, they're not going to stop.
Yeah,
That's where I see it going.
yeah.
Oh, and I see the captain hooking up with his first officer again. I see that marriage getting fixed. Or at least that's just the hopeless romantic in me that just wants to see that. But
So you see Mercer getting back with Grayson?
yes, they got to. Come on.
I don't know. I think that would take away the mystique.
Let's, come on.
I mean, it's like Mulder and Scully. You want to see it, but you don't want to see the Krill. I'm sorry. You're right, Alyssa. The Krill against the Kalon.
That's right.
The Krill against the Kalon. But the thing is, I think with Mercer and Grayson, with Kelly and Ed, I think really that it's like Mulder and Scully. You love the dynamic, but you don't want them to get together right away, because if they do, the time takes away the mystique. I like the cat and mouse idea that one is pining for the other and the other one's in a relationship. It's like that up and down dilemma, but it's like I think they're going to end up being better friends. But with the whole thing with the multiverse thing and then the time thing, timey-wimey and all that stuff, anything is possible. Anything is possible to see.
Well, I see that they do get back together, though. They're both messed up enough that would still be crazy, too. They drive each other nuts again.
If that was the case, I just see them both captaining. I see Ed being the captain of Orville, and Kelly going off and being the captain of her ship, because I can't see them both serving together and being together at the same time. I don't know. I don't know if that would work. What do you guys think?
If they bring them together, my only hope is that they don't do that long dead trope for me of they were a couple, they split up, they brought them back together for a season only to break them apart the next season again, just to try to bring them back together. If you bring them together, let them be together and just stop there. Do whatever kind of issues arise with them being a power couple kind of thing. I think that's where most shows fail, is that they don't know what to do with a couple, so they split them up again, rather than show that a couple can actually be strong. And I think that's lacking a lot in TV, and I'd like to see that, to be quite honest. I don't know if I don't want to see them together or do. I kind of just assumed that when the show started with them being a couple that were forced to work together, I always thought that it was leading to them finding their way back together. So I think that's kind of a natural place that it's going to go. But if they do it, don't separate them again. They did it with Riker and Troy, right? Like, why do we do that?
But to make them get back together, there'd have to be like a major event, like a war. Like they would be stuck in a this is it. We're about to we may not make it. You know what I mean? Like one of those end of everything kind of battles, and then they finally just open up and just like, you know what? Let's just be together one last time. Then they survive, and they were like, all right, we'll just stay together.
Oh, that was
That,
nice.
or they need to get in the elevator together one more time with Dan, and Dan just needs to go, okay, stop it, you two, knock it off. Get together. That's the only way you're going to sort this all out. And the both of them are like, wow, I think Dan's right. I think you either got to go serious or comedically with it, I think. And I love Dan, so I think Dan's underplayed. Let's get Dan back in that elevator.
I want to see Tala and Catan team up. It would be kind of cool to see both of them team up on an episode. Both former security officer and current security officer teaming up in the episode. It would be kind of epic to see them both working together to see what would happen. Even if you're bringing her back for 1 or 2 episodes, I think it would be awesome. You know,
Yeah,
I always liked it. I always liked Catan. But then again, I like Tala too. So, you know. So what do you got? Well, wait, let me see. They're saying, okay, so Tink says, I think the tension between Ed and Kelly is part of what makes the episodes great. That's true. That's true. That's what I said. It's like that Mulder and Scully effect. I always like that tension between them. It's like, you know, when Mulder's trying to, you know, get with someone, you know, Scully, you know, while she's professional, she's got a little bit like feeling some kind of way, she's catching feelings, or when she's hooking up with someone, Mulder starts acting kind of goofy and stuff like that. It's like I said again, I like that kind of like chemistry. They're together. They want to be together, but they can't be together. But they can. But it's like I like that. I like that, a little bit of a back and forth. You know, Alyssa says we get the hope. She hopes to see we get to see more character backstory. I think across the board, yeah. On a lot of the cast members, yeah. But I think it takes time when you're developing a series like this, especially a new series that you're not going off of Star Trek, you're not going off of SG-1, you're establishing new characters and a new IP. So you want to flesh out the story, the arc of the what the universe is about, and then focus on 1 or 2 key characters and then expand on your cast and then start getting more into the story and who they are and stuff. See, Miss Watchtower agrees with me. She loves to see Alara and Tala team up.
I want to see what happens with
almost
Isaac.
like a Moonlight. She said almost like a Moonlight series. Yep, exactly. What about the rest of you guys? Magnus? What do you think?
I want to see what happens with Isaac. You know, he's a droid without a planet. He pretty much wrecked his relationship with the Doctor. You know, where is he going to go? What's going to happen?
But he did redeem himself. He did redeem himself. He did
he did, but that's still a relationship that needs a little TLC there.
I don't know. I think Finn and Isaac might get back. It may take half the season, but I think if she really cares for him, she and Isaac might, you know, who's to say that Isaac won't turn like be partially human? Who knows? But I think Finn and Isaac may get back because he kind of redeemed himself last season. So I can see that.
I mean, saving the kid kind of helps.
yeah. That goes a big way. And the kid really has a thing for him. So like, you know, he really looks up to him.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
I think the whole crew should just get together with each other. One big relationship. That's it. Just make it happen this way. We don't have to speculate anymore. They all get married on one planet where that's completely legal and totally cool. And then they just go off in the galaxy and they're just like, hey, man, we're down. This is great. This is good. And then they can have bad days. They can have good days. And you don't have to worry about everybody breaking up. They're just together. You know, it's cool.
Leave that up to you to come up with saying something like that.
I definitely want Dr. Finn to have more outward adventures, if that makes any sense.
Oh my gosh, he had so many in season
more.
Wait. We're talking about like the episode where I remember that. You know, when she got her and the kids were on that planet.
That's right.
And so we got a chance to see her. We actually got to see more layers of her in the last 2 seasons.
That's right.
Her relationship with Isaac and all. So, and her as a parent, her as a single mom.
So they were kind of more on a smaller scale versus on a larger scale, and how she interacts even with more other entities in their travels. That's what I'm talking about, because we know that she's been out and about, but just in general. I don't know how much more, because you still got other. I mean, they focused a lot on. on her in the last 2 seasons, but I think that, in my viewpoint, you need to
also you got the other you know with Jay Lee for Lamar. I want to see more of Lamar. Like they focused on him becoming an engineer and him getting up, moved up in the rank. But I want to see more of him, a little bit more of his story. Bortus, we got a chance to see a lot of his backstory and stuff. I think, like I said again, or we see more of Yaphet. Yaphet. I like to see like them focus an episode on Yaphet, like do something crazy with Yaphet, like a day with Data, like a day with Yaphet, like see what it's like for a day of Yaphet, just being around Yaphet, like the day with Data, and we got the chance to see what Data was doing, and we spent the day with him on the episode. We do that with Yaphet,
I bet you it'd stick with you.
Yeah.
So.
Bad joke.
So before we get ready to put this to a close, I'm going to put this out to the audience now. We're going to put this on a timeline. We're going to give them 5 minutes to see if anyone wants to ask any questions. Now, for those who are watching us right now, if you want to jump in and ask a question on the live feed here, you can do that. But we're giving you guys 5 minutes because what will happen is every time we get close to closing up the show, that's when people want to ask questions and everything else. So, yeah, so like I said again, so Alyssa says my theory on Yaphet is that there are like mood rings with their coloring scheme. Probably, yup. Yeah, and Tink says she wants to see where Yaphet comes from. See, but then again, Terra Nova, you have your favorite. What's his name? From the elevator.
Dan.
Yeah,
Dan's my guy.
Yeah,
okay, so Isaac is my number one favorite, but Dan is my second favorite character. Maybe that's not true, but Dan's pretty awesome. I want Dan to be in the elevator in every episode. That would make my life happy.
So for me, my rank would be Ed. Ed would be on my top because he's like an everyday guy. I would say Bortus. Then I would say, I like Catan. I like Catan. Let's see, Lamar, Isaac, Finn, and then goes
just
from
name them all, Eric. Get them all.
Yeah, I mean, no, those are
you name every cast member.
But I'm just saying, the ones who I feel that are my top tier characters. But Ed is like my top tier, not just because he's captain, but because you could relate to him. I just, he has a sense of humor, but he has his flaws.
He's not you can't relate to Dan? Come on.
No, Dan is
always
more
being there with
Dan is flawless.
Relationship
Dan is more you,
Come
Brian.
on.
Dan is more you, Brian. That's
if
more
I
you.
wasn't in our series already, I would write me in as a Dan. I would be in every episode in some awkward situation. You go to use the urinal, I'd be right there.
He'd be having
I would make it awkward.
And you know what? He have the fedora, the pompadour as his end thing, and I can see Terra Nova now. Hi, what's going on, guys? Yeah,
Matter of fact, I'm gonna write myself a secondary character into the script now. I'm gonna get myself a good mask. I'm gonna call myself Bob.
You know what? We're not going to go. You're giving too many people ideas now. God.
I am writing in so many bathroom scenes, Eric.
Oh my God.
So many bathroom scenes.
Wait, did they even show the Orville anybody from the Orville on the ship going to the bathroom?
Nobody shows anybody going to the bathroom. It's about
going to the
somebody
bathroom.
Writes a bathroom scene.
They did. Well, look, they did it in Babylon 5. They did it. They did it.
Really?
They did it in
Next Generation.
Star Trek 5. No, Star Trek 5. They did it. In the movie, they showed the toilet, but they never used it.
Yeah.
Okay. They took sonic showers, but I'm talking about.
Yes, Alyssa. Bob with 2 B's. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Go on.
So what I'm saying is, but we never seen anyone using the actual bathroom on the Orville. So it goes
I
without saying.
Write somebody using. The bathroom.
Well,
It's got to be
no,
awkward
wait
enough
a
that
minute.
you're there.
Wait a minute.
I've never had
that. You see someone use the bathroom?
No, but they never listen. Here's what it comes down to.
It's like a chest shot of them using a urinal, just talking.
No, I mean, look, they did it in Babylon 5. They did an episode where, they go into the bathroom stalls and they're talking. They're like, yeah,
like that shit.
Yeah,
like taking people to barracks.
But what I'm saying is, like that was a whole big thing with Next Generation. Everybody used to talk about that when they used to say, even on Star Trek, they were like, the classic Star Trek also, they were like, well, we never seen them use the bathroom, or they never shown the bathroom. And then someone in Star Trek 5, they said, okay, we're going to show the toilet. I'm just saying, not necessarily having to use the bathroom, but showing them, oh, I got to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back, or something like that. Like, we never seen that yet.
Well, this is what I want, right? I want Bob to always be in the bathroom so that everybody, the audience, always wonders, like, Bob's always in the bathroom. What does he do on the ship? He's just always in the bathroom. And then I want every character to have to go into the bathroom, and when they get in there, Bob's just there, and they can't go because Bob's there, so they awkwardly leave, not having gone to the bathroom. This is Bob's
But that'll
story.
lead to just accidents happening all over the ship. Like,
Hey, it happens.
And I can see Terra Nova doing this. Hi, guys. So,
Prostate
oh my
trouble, huh?
God. Oh my God.
I kept it warm for you. Have a seat. No? Oh, bye.
Would you like a comb?
And see, Alyssa said they didn't even have it. That's right. They didn't have it in TOS. No, they didn't. So we're gonna start slowly closing up the show. But the one thing I want to make an announcement on is episode 2 will be coming out soon. We are halfway through our reshoots, and once we're done, we go to post. We're finishing up the rest of the remainder of the other parts that we have to put in post, and the episodes will be coming out. And then we start filming episode. We're already in production, slowly getting ready to film episode 3. So we're trying to have at least 2 episodes before season 3 starts for you guys to have something to talk about. And then when they're on hiatus, finishing up season 1, and then start working on possibly season 2. And from what you guys want, we may be doing just that. But we first want to get season 1 out the way. But again, September 10th in New Jersey, correct, Jamila?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's the Sci-Fi Summit.
Sci-Fi Summit. Penny Johnson-Gerald, Scott Grimes, Mark Jackson of the Orville will be in attendance, and myself, Magnus, Jamila, and possibly 1 or 2 other cast members will be possibly of a Planetary Step will be at Creations. So if you get the opportunity to go, get a chance, you'll see us there, and you'll witness both crew members of the Eisenberg and the Orville together in one place under one roof. How cool would that be? So again, and also get ready for season 2 of A Planetary Diary coming up next month. I'll be making the exact date, so you'll get a chance to see the first episode. It's already been filmed and all that stuff. And I want to thank everyone. Shout out to all. First off, shout out to Orville 24/7. Shout out to Alyssa and her channel. Both of them, YouTube. Make sure check out, show support to our message boards. Egotastic Fun Time. Show support. Orville Nation. Show your love and support to them. Also, shout out to Tom Constantino and the cast and crew of the Orville for always showing the love and support to us, and to all the fans out there who have been supporting us all the way through. We just want to put out some good material for the Orville because, again, we're hardcore fans. I'm definitely a hardcore fan of the Orville. I can't wait for it to return. We got some big things coming up. I think you guys are going to be in store for a big surprise. I want to thank everyone that came on today. Brian Terranova, Magnus, Jason, Jamila, Jim, and Adia. All you guys are stellar. Thank you so much for helping. And a shout out to all the people that couldn't be here tonight, of our fellow cast members and crew members that make this production what it is. And again, guys, I want to thank all of you out there. Stay tuned for more updates. We'll be posting stuff across social media. Jamila will make sure she'll be showing pictures and everything else that we got coming up. And again, guys, thank you so much. You guys are the reason why we make this happen. And as I always end every time I sign off, make every step you take a planetary one. We'll be seeing you guys very soon. Love, peace, and hair grease.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.